go to sleep. Ain't no more power naps. Power sleep now. You know what I'm saying? See, that's one thing they do too. When I go live on the software, just in case somebody can't hear, they can read the words.
They say that helps with the audience too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a good thing. So what's your podcast? You said you had one yesterday?
Yeah, had with the white boy, the quarterback Davis Bell from USC.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so like we'll talk about it.
Okay.
It was yeah. It was like, can you send the link? Ain't no link. Just go to Facebook.
You go. Hold on. That's you.
Yeah, they everybody just, bro, I can mark it, bro. I got it on it. It don't reflect on my social media, which is why I got to start building it. You know what I'm saying? People want to see it. I said I'll be shouting out my DJs and stuff like that. My mission is anytime somebody have me on to go better and higher than anybody else as far as.
I shared it to him. You just had to go to my page and just go to the share button and hit copy the link.
That's it?
Yeah, I shared it to him.
Too. I can share it. I'll send that shit out to my family. That's fine. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Cocaine. But not the cocaine though. Spit the shit to make you feel it in your veins. Hold on, freeze, this that cocaine. For the cool mother lover, sons are none other than Neptune. Spit the shit to make you feel it, feel it. Spit the shit to make you feel it, cocaine. Spit the shit to make you feel it, coke, cool. Spit the shit to make you feel it in your.
We appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Watch,
share.
support.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.
We're another episode of Peep This Podcast, man. You know how we do. We out here working, Carolina working, y'all. Man, who I got on my left, and y'all see him on y'all right, talk to him.
Yo, what's up, man? We in the building, man. Welcome, man. My name's Sharon Matthews. Some of y'all know me in the city of Skrap.
Yeah.
Man, we here in the building at my boy Peep This Podcast with Daniel Chestnut. Going back, appreciate you bringing me on, my guy.
You already know, man. We've been talking about this for a minute, though.
We have been talking for a minute
about this. Because last time we talked about it, you was you going to D.C. or something? Washington?
New York, I think.
I can't
maybe
remember.
Something, New York.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me you was going.
Texas, I think. Maybe Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
One of them events. Was it Haiti?
I want to say D.C.
Okay.
I remember you were saying something about you got to go up there for something because your job told you, said, you're cool with your manager.
Oh, yeah.
And you was like, you could just.
Yeah, I do remember that job.
Yeah, so how was that?
It was dope, man. Pretty much on the side, outside of me working part-time and doing everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I work field engineering for this company, and we kind of do music festivals.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much stage construction, water infrastructure, pretty much setting up so that everybody has everything they need to have a good time, you know what I'm saying? So travel with it, you know what I'm saying? They take care of me in all kind of ways. It's a good opportunity to network and market, building some good relationships. Definitely has opened up my taste palette in music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, growing up here in the South for the most part, you know what I'm saying? You know, as black people, we only know but so much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it ain't rap, R&B, soul or something. But doing that opened up my world into EDM, dubstep, bass pod. You know, pretty much that we would call that house music or techno.
Yeah.
But to those type of people, don't confuse techno with
Oh,
bass
man.
pod,
Right.
all that stuff. So definitely got to meet some cool artists. Fisher, Excision, you know, AT Alien, Subtronic, you know, just to name a few.
Got you.
Those are some big names. So if you look them up, those some big names.
Yeah, man. You been doing your thing, man. So I'm gonna ask you the question. So I know him for a while from hooping when we used to hoop all the time.
Yeah.
So since because the question I used to ask the artists, we can talk about music too. So let's talk about music first. What's the first album you ever remember listening to?
The first, my very first album.
That you ever listened to?
I can't remember what it first listened to because my mom grew us up on a lot of that, like Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And this radio station that used to be hit with this dude named Curtis. I forgot what his name was. My mom was big on it, but you know, this Diana's and Supreme,
Okay.
all that, the good 80s and 70s, 60s and stuff, Marvelettes,
Right.
things like that. But ultimately, my first album
Yeah, that you remember like
that I know for a fact that my mom let us get into, besides
the Walkman or something.
besides Puffy and them when we
Yeah.
had the Mo Money, Mo Problem
Yeah,
album
yeah.
and stuff, and Hypnotized with Biggie, was Lil Wayne,
Lil
Block
Wayne.
is Hot.
Block is Hot. Okay, that's
favorite
what's up. That's what's up.
I remember my mom bought it for my birthday, and had the edited version from Walmart.
Yeah, man.
And I thought I was cool, but I wasn't because my friends were picking on
Pick
it.
up, bruh.
It was like every time,
Right.
it
Yeah.
was cutting
And then
out the
stop.
word.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I didn't know. So I was.
But that was I used to like we used to like ponder upon that, but that us still been kids though at the same time though. So you know you kind of appreciate this shit now compared to you see how like what it stopped us for what we was doing.
Yeah.
Compared to how, like you said, 'cause you know some people that was listening to cuss word, they were kind of wild. Them kids kind of wild.
Yeah. A whole
Se-
nother level.
The second question: what's the first album you ever bought with your own money?
The first album that I bought.
Mhm.
Oh, T.I. I'm Serious.
Okay. Oh yeah, you definitely South.
T.I. I'm Serious.
All right, so the last one is. See, I like the T.I. like T.I. I'm Serious and Reasonable Doubt, especially like Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
I got that. I didn't get it till I got older, like far as the music, the sound and
Yeah.
stuff, because you know it was so mature, like the horns and the beats and all that.
Yeah.
So different. So you know what I'm saying. But the last one, if you was in a cave, something like this, you know what I'm saying, something like this, for a whole month, what album would you listen to with no skip? You can't skip it. You gotta play it the whole time for a whole.
I just did it. Carter 2. Carter
Somebody
2.
said that yesterday on my show.
Carter
Somebody said
2.
that yesterday, man.
I can listen to all the Carter 2.
All Carter
Straight up.
2, straight up.
First, Get Rich or Die Trying was
That was
hard.
mine. That was mine.
Get Rich or Die Trying was hard. I
Yeah.
could listen to that.
My second
all the
one
way
was
through.
Lauryn Hill, Miseducation.
Lauryn Hill was a good
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, are we talking about R&B? Yeah, Lauryn Hill. Oh man,
That
Miseducation.
is crazy.
My friend, she was big on Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, things of that nature. So we can definitely that. And anything Michael Jackson, man. Like my mom grew up on that. Anything everybody got to say about it.
Yeah.
Man, my mama put me on that. And man, he's like in our blood.
Right,
So-
right, right.
So when they was coming out with the scandals, I was probably sounding like one of them girls who gonna defend the rapper. You don't know Mike.
You don't know Mike like I
Leave
know
Mike
Mike.
alone, man.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know Mike like I know
Don't care
Mike.
nothing
man.
about what he doing on his outside. life.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, though. Yeah, because mine's like, my first album, I can't remember the first because my sister, she's 8 years older than me. So
Yeah.
she used to, remember like in the magazines when you get like 12 CDs in the case?
Yeah.
When you could buy, like, you know, they had the magazines, that little hard paper when,
Yeah.
when you got all the lists and you could just put the CDs down, they come in the mail.
Yeah.
So it was Hell is Hot or Volume 2 Jay-Z, I can't remember.
I wasn't big on Jay-Z early.
You wasn't?
Nah.
A lot
not
of people
really.
wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? He was cool, but I
A lot of
wasn't.
people wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was hard. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My sister and them was a little bit older, so, you know, the Blueprint album
Yeah.
and all that stuff, we listened to it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get more of a fan until I became a teenager with him.
Yeah, my sister's 8 years older than me.
Yeah.
So she had DMX
Yeah.
and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
my
So
sister's like
yeah.
10 years old.
yeah, so yeah, when Jay-Z came out with that Volume 2, that, especially with the head, and you gotta remember headphone music is a little bit different than club music though. Like it's different energy. Would you remember that shit in your head? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, and then I think the first job I ever bought, we was broke when I was young. I think like Blueprint 3.
Yeah.
And like I said, Get Rich or Die Trying is probably the album I listened to with no skips. No
Gotcha.
skips, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So my dog do got a podcast too, man. So what's the name of your tell people the name of your podcast?
Oh man, shout out to the podcast, man. It's actually officially a year now. It's called Journey to Purpose Podcast. Journey, the number 2 Purpose Podcast, man. And you can also follow some of the clips and things and some of the interviews I've had on my Instagram at @the_J2P. I just pretty much shortened Journey to Purpose, so it's the Journey to Purpose. But yeah, man, on that podcast, man, it's building self-identity through self-reflection. So we're gonna just talk about who you were to who you are to who you become. I think mental awareness is huge in our society. I think social media, the government, even the culture is starting to shape our own identity instead of us creating our identity within the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you get lost in it. You know, everybody wants to say they're something, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be somebody until it's time to be that individual. So if you say you loyal and stand on business, well, I like to say a quote that your relationships or friendships is contingent on the circumstances.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
For
saying? Your
sure.
friendships and relationships are contingent on the circumstances.
Yeah.
And what that means is ultimately based on circumstances, you'll determine how the value of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You hurt a person enough the wrong way, then they liable not to be the loyal person that they
Oh,
once
yeah.
was, or to be true to themselves. To be true to yourself is to allow yourself to remain grounded regardless of the circumstance.
Right.
So it hurts for those who don't go out here and cheat and backstab, or get back and be spiteful by smashing your homeboy, your homegirl, or saying, oh, that ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't rock like that. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Mexican OT, what's his name?
Who?
The Mexican rapper out in Houston.
In Houston? Oh, I thought you were talking about Tekashi 69.
No, out there in Houston, big dude.
Mexican big dude?
Not
Houston?
Big X the Plug. He just
I don't know some of these new
he
rappers,
just he just made a quote that, or talked about a reel where he said he was with a girl and she was like, he was at her house or something like that, and she pretty much had a man or a baby daddy, and they were still involved or something, but he was at work at this plant, and I think it's what Mexican OT Genesis or something like that. I don't know.
That sound familiar.
But he was just pretty much.
Oh, OT Genesis. That's I think.
No, that's a
the
Mexican
Crip, right?
dude. Yeah, not
Yeah,
OT Genesis. I
yeah.
don't know. I can't. I'm getting them all messed
Yeah,
up.
I was gonna say I know him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, because of that, he was pretty much what he was saying was that he was hanging out with this girl, and her man or the dude she talking to or dealing with, whether they're together or not, baby father, whatever, he working at this power plant. And he was like, man, I know that area, you know what I'm saying? And they busting, they, you know what I'm saying? They getting it in, you know what I'm saying, to get that money. And he trying to do what he got to do to supply for you and this. And yeah, I may have a little more money because of this. But he was like, he couldn't even rock with her or respect with her, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's a real man to a degree. Like, I'm a man of myself because I'm chasing my passion and it's working out for me.
Yeah.
But he doing what he got to do to make sure you want to hang out with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I respected that because there's not a lot of men like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
have
saying?
morals.
I'm not even putting it a lot on these women.
Yeah.
I put it more on the men to, like, you can't say we respect each other, but then when you fall out, you go smashing his chick or his or a girl that he once loved. Yeah. So I've kind of made a mantra to tell him a lot of my homeboys, my close friends, and I'm like, yo, these two women in my life, and there's really only two because I really had that deep of a relationship. I said, man, these two women are off limits.
Right.
And I know most of the guys are like, that's corny.
No, it's
and
not.
I've had that conversation with some of the guys. I said, that's corny to you.
Right,
but
right,
this
right.
goes back to knowing my identity.
Yeah. For shit show.
That's what lead to a CDV or a man coming up, killing his woman or something, or reacting or calling her names because you ain't really put the standards. So I'm putting the
you put the
pressure
boundaries,
I'm putting it on my homeboys, like my close friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some people I know they don't really owe me no loyalty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then that means also don't be in my face calling me bro.
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
look for no handout
Right,
either.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But to my close friends, I said, these 2 women are off limit. If I ever find out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's problems.
Right.
Now, I don't mean I'm going to kill you, but there's problems. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm cutting you off.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
put these hands on you.
Yeah.
Just know that emotional reaction going to come and I'm taking it out on
Right.
you. I'm already going to cut that one off.
Yeah. Right.
So I told people, like, that's how I stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay out of my lane on that. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I do that for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I've had opportunities where I could have slime balled other people, even, you know, my exes, some of their friends, you know, tried to reach out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, bro, I can't do what
You
was
can't.
done to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
You
what I'm saying?
can't.
That
yeah.
wouldn't make me who
Yeah.
I am.
You can't hate a hater.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I
So
mean?
I kind of stand on that, and a lot of people don't see it that way, but it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Because it be there.
Yeah.
But the reality is, man, I feel like a real man, and this is just my opinion,
Yeah.
is a conqueror. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no vulture. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Vultures eat the scavenge on the ground. A lion, he going for the hunt.
Yeah.
And a real lion actually let the woman hunt, and then he comes to kill. But if a woman's his lioness or whatever, they can't get it. They come and make the kill shot. They come and handling business. So he has a role and an assignment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he got to go conquer. You can't conquer what's handed out to you. So there's some people who will think a lot of men are weak because a lot of the women are handing it out and being weak themselves. You attract who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think people don't get that.
you attract who you are. If you getting weak men, then what does that say about
But
you?
you, right?
Like, you can't take it and have it 2 ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my boy Marlo on the wire say you think it's one way. It's
Right.
not. Like, you
Yeah.
can't say that the men are weak and you attracting
Right.
weak men.
Yeah, 'cause I had a conversation with somebody about, they was talking about their worth. I said, I gave him a prime example of like, I think Shannon Sharp said it in a way, but they said like pair of sneakers,
Yeah.
right? And you think they're worth $400,
Yeah.
and you put it for $400 for a month, you drop it down to $375.
Yeah.
Still ain't selling, you put it down to $325.
Mm-hmm.
6 months come by, it's $250. Somebody DM you, I'll give you $225.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, cool. So it doesn't matter you thought it was worth $400, it's worth $225.
Yeah.
That's what it's worth. That's how much
Yeah.
you got for it. You didn't get $400. You got what you thought it was not worth $400.
Yeah.
It's worth whatever you got it for. I think a lot of people got to get in their mindset about when it comes to attracting what you attract compared to what you want, and then whatever you might want don't want you either.
Yeah. You gotta accept that.
Yeah, and but that comes with work though, in self-improving on certain things, changing your surroundings, changing people, doing things like that. If you want to get what you want, you know what I'm saying. Especially when you get older, people gotta understand the word duty and shit like that, and get out their feelings with certain shit because, you know what I'm saying. When it comes to your job, if your boss says something, you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying. So I just think we gotta get back to that standard of do what we gotta do. Death do its part, not death do I'm unhappy. Death do because, you know, we're in a situation. Death because, you know, he's not spending time with me right now because he's working. You gotta get back to that part.
We live in a society where we're hearing a lot about it, but we assume that we have all the options in the world. When in reality, if you have too many options, then you can't focus.
Yeah,
on
you
a direction.
can't. Yeah.
You can't focus on a direction. You got to stand on business at some point and say, "This is what I'm going to do," and I'm gonna lock.
Yeah, you gotta
and
lock
do the
in.
most of it is what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
In that process, your perseverance is going to produce a lot of different character traits that's going to help you to go forward.
Yeah.
Anybody who's gotten successful, Kevin Hart was talking about, didn't go by themselves.
Right.
Right? So for you and I to be on this podcast journey, like, I could have quit. I've seen a lot of people that I'm cool with start a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen a lot of people assume that the podcast
Expectations.
is easy.
Yeah.
I was telling a young lady, she's like, I'm thinking about doing a podcast, right? That's the trend. So people want to follow the trend, right? So if you're going to follow something, then what is your niche to be different from the trend?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you get the same red and white 11s and everybody
And
else
just,
get, what makes you
you
different?
Nah.
The only thing that makes you different is the shirt and jeans that you put on, the hat, the style that you put in. What makes you different is if you're Moneybag Yo or Kobe Bryant wearing some 11s.
Right.
So your image becomes the brand.
Yeah.
So we want to be different. You want to do this podcast. They don't know what goes on behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen people have a better setup than I have,
Yeah.
or do better mics or quality.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I'm starting. I didn't walk in like Shannon Sharp, who
Right.
was a Hall of Famer
Farmer.
with millions of dollars,
Right.
already resources, connections, and all he had to do was say, I got the people and I can build a team. I'm starting it from the ground up.
Yeah,
You're starting it
from
from
the
the ground
ground.
up. And we always talking about helping one another. And we talked about this on the phone.
Yeah.
What's hard about sharing and liking your page?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got a group of people. Shout out to my team. We're all individuals, but we collectively collab.
Yeah, same thing we do.
So my girl, Alex the Great, you can follow her at Alex the Great or ATG Fest. She's creating a music festival for the city, and her mindset is creating art, not just music, but art, giving comedians opportunities, singers, rappers, painters at some point. Like,
That's
she
what's
has
up.
an amazing vision for what she's trying to do.
She from here?
Yeah, from here, man. Like I said, man, I did a photo shoot with her last week by one of our photographers, Kat Hartley. And like I said, I don't know what everybody do behind the scenes, and we all got skills and we all this and that.
Yeah.
But I utilize the gifts and talents of individuals. You know what I'm saying? So me and you met from basketball, right? But then our relationship from the court has transpired to conversations in business, and then our ideas.
Then it was basketball. Then we used to be at 5 Points.
Yeah, at 5 Points.
You know, always, what's up, what's good, everything. Let's down you hooping. I don't know, things like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, I think during like the COVID time, that's when things got disappeared with certain people.
Yeah.
And then boom, we came with ideas. We were talking about this people during that 5 Point time about clothing line and podcast. We're like, cool. But you know what I'm saying? Like you said, everybody has the idea. Then we come to the work, they don't understand the work, especially like when you're doing it like kind of like by yourself. It's a lot of work, y'all.
It's
like
a lot of work, bro.
the editing, the shorts, the investing.
Everybody sees it and then want to join, and it's like, man, I'm gonna give this thing. I was watching this Google owner, and he was like, everybody wants to be an intern or work for Google. He's like, our setup is dope. We make it relaxing. He says, you know how many applications I get a day? Thousands, right? He said, you know what we're looking for? The person that has shown their diligence. What that means is like the person who looked up Google, the owners, the background, the founders, how long they've been there, their problems, where they're struggling at as Google, and then the person that goes to find a solution and comes to them and say, hey, look, y'all's numbers is decreasing here. This search into here. I've created this to give y'all a solution. Now that person stands out from everybody that's saying, I want to be a part. So it's like, even people that want to work with me, it's like, how do we benefit each other? I'm creating a foundation for others, but it's establishing by me.
Same thing here.
How do we make it easier to help? So even with this, it's how does me being on here, it's like, bro, we gonna promote each other. We gonna make sure people see who you are and exposure, and that the guy that I see behind Peep this podcast.
Facts, man. Yeah, so that's what's up, bro. So when it comes to this, though, like I said, I'm trying to tell people, like, hey, man, like you said about the share, like, and subscribe and things like that. Like, it's just buttons and stuff, but cool. But like I said, I'm cool with if you disagree with stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, just give your opinion. Like, I just, like, don't share me when I got a mud. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went to jail, and now everybody free my dog.
Yeah.
And some of y'all barely know me. Now everybody sharing that pit, though. You know what I'm saying? But then when I got there, hey, man, I see you. You feel me? Then I'm a mud. I'm like,
yeah.
That picture's everywhere. No, not what happened. No. Now everybody, but when it comes to you know what I'm saying? Like the energy is crazy sometimes. I be saying like shout out to my homeboy Henny though. Shout out to my homeboy Henny, right? He posted, the Rennie shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, he posted on Facebook like, man, everybody go through shit. I ain't gonna talk about it on Facebook, but anyway, check out Peter's podcast. Check out Chico. Check out, I forgot her name. She make cakes and stuff. He was giving shout out to everybody in the city that's doing something. You know what I'm saying? So everybody want to keep talking about that. So yeah, shout out to Henny for that, man. Shout out to Chico, man. For real, bro.
Energy, bro.
Yeah, got
we
to.
We can't
bro.
talk about it, man.
Yeah.
I'm a big action guy. Big on it. A lot of my friends who knew and grew up on me knew me for being an action guy. I'm an action guy, man. Talking sounds good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you believe sounds good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta walk it. And I ain't saying that you gotta be perfect.
Nah.
But you definitely need to walk it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've created certain standards and boundaries as I build what I'm trying to do ultimately as a business and an empire. Really, that's what it is. Just establish my corporation of IIP, which stands for Investing in People. And pretty much, I think people are the way, you know what I'm saying, and to some degree. You know what I'm saying? The reality is I got to deal with a lot of different issues from people and getting them to believe in what I can see in them and what they believe in themselves. And sometimes it don't take much to be distracted. I've had people want to be a part of, being a photographer, videographer with DJs, right? What they don't see behind the scenes is when I'm out with my boy Puff or my boy Cease or somebody, or you got a lovely DJ such as Mistress, like Mixtress, aka Matty Joe. Beautiful people, cool people, everybody has their own thing. I ain't trying to do certain things with them because, you know what I'm saying, we're becoming a brand and an image.
Yeah.
Some people see it and assume that we out here doing all these things, and it's like, bro, it's a brand. Like, you can't go out here having sex with everybody.
Yeah.
And then it takes one or two of those people to sour your name because of something you did behind the scene. It ain't that I want my photographers messing with me or messing with the DJ.
Like the other Skrap, with a baby.
Yeah.
That's why had a threesome, she got a party. Oh, hell. Be like this Skrap. Don't be like the other Skrap, y'all. Don't be
don't be like that, man. Because it messes up what we trying to move forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You mess with a videographer, boy or girl or whatever, and now y'all fall out and they don't want to work with us no more because of what? Because of sex?
Right.
All because of sex.
Yeah,
Sex is a powerful tool,
right,
man. It destroys and makes things. You know what I'm saying? It destroys and makes things. Well, everybody,
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? You're abusing the power of it because once you're like, oh, is this now? You're desensitized from the fullness of that power because of what? Oh, the moment. Like, how many of us have made decisions in the moment and look back like, why did I even make the decision? You can't tell me you're not growing if you keep doing the same thing over and over.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And if you can't handle life, then what are you resolving to? You don't have anything else on your plate that makes you want to be focused on something greater. So if you going back to continuously always drinking and going back and forth, making money and then losing money, making money, losing money, drinking and this and that, sex, this and that, then in 5 years, you can't see 5 years because you're so caught up in the now. That's how the devil gets you. Get caught up in the now, get you clawed up. Oh, I had a long week, Monday to Friday. I deserve a drink. That drink turns into another drink. That drink turns into... Instead, people like you and I, work Monday through Friday, doing what you're going to do, getting off at a 10-hour shift. People like Mixtress, people like, Puff. Then people are going home and working on their track. Shout out to DJ Gabe, a.k.a. Goo. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man is grinding, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember a stretch where he was telling me, like, bro, I'm not drinking or not smoking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing. Like, I'm just focused on my soundtracks. And he did that, you know what I'm saying? And look at, in 3 years, this man is traveling all over the world. He's not always making money. I know a little more than other than making money, but when he makes his money, he's back resourcing into better videography, better photography, better equipment, better reinvesting, and it's starting to show. A lot of people don't want to do that. They're like, oh, I got to get this money. I got to hold on to it. How can your harvest grow if you not spreading the seed? Not every seed is gonna flourish. But the more seeds you plant and the more that you have time to water, the chances of it to grow is gonna produce good fruit.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You judge a tree by a fruit that it bears.
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Apple tree don't produce orange tree.
Right, cause I know like sometimes too, like when people do put I call it part-time work.
Yeah.
And like they get like a little like, okay, I see it, and they kind of like pause a little bit. They just stop, like, and then they be like, just because they feeling, because like I said, like it be more of a motivation, not a discipline thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I had like somebody could be like, hey, I want to do this, and they do it a little bit. They kind of do it like for like 3 months, and they see it, and they just boom, they just stop. And I'm like, yeah, that wasn't your passion. It was just something you wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And then you just stop. You know what I'm saying? Because some people have that when they see it kind of going. Especially like it's fresh, and then when things really start, like, because that's when people understand, like, the things when you think you're working now, it's only gonna be more work when you keep going where you're supposed to be going. Like it's not going to slow down. The only thing I'm gonna say when you get, like you said, when you build a team and you know an empire that type of way, that it could help it, you know, go through a little bit smoother. But if you're going by yourself and expecting to grow, you're gonna lose less sleep. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna you know what I'm saying?
There was a time where what is me? I used to pray for times like this, around like this, right?
Yeah, man.
So there were times I prayed and was like, man, I want to be able to run a business. I want to be financially free. I want this. Okay, now with financial freedom, I had to learn how to do my own taxes. Then I had to see what it was like to kick out $14,000 in taxes. I said, the hell, what did I do in my life? What? And then I look at it, like this one job I got, and I went to Haiti for the summer for like a month and a half, bro. Between us, bro, or the city, bro, I made $22,000. I was looking back, like, what did I do with $22,000? And I realized, like, dang, I paid off my rent for 6 months, all my bills for 6 months, which allowed me time to focus more on my podcast, which allowed me time to focus on my equipment, which allowed me a little bit more money to pay my guys who did my first 8-9 episodes for free because they believed in the vision.
Got you.
People ain't gonna stay for free for too long. So you want to show and compensate in time for their effort. So I looked, I was like, okay, that's where it went. And then you learn 1099. They don't teach, or I wasn't taught, right, financial literacy. I had to put into work with Dave Ramsey class. Shout out to my big sis who is one of Dave Ramsey's financial advisor and coach. You know, Dr. Parnell, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my sis, that's my blood, that's my people's. She teaching me this, you know what I'm saying? She the first in our family to be debt free, to have a house paid off, to have a nice house and her kids doing well in such a way where she's okay with riding in a minivan, but she can afford a Tesla.
Yeah.
And while people are like, yo, let me put myself in debt to look like I got a Tesla, my sister living comfortably to the point where success was to her was that if anything happened in her family, mom, me, my brother, or her kids, she can drop what she doing on the fly, not stress, and do it. And my sister was like, yo, for 8 months, I'm good. If I don't work, I can live the life that I want, all my bills taken for at least 8-9 months.
Right. Hey, man, people be tripping,
That's
man.
huge.
Them vans be fun. I don't know what y'all talking about. I never had a bad experience in a van when I think about it, bro. Even when my homeboy Chris had a van with screws and everything. He had the screws in the windows because they couldn't go up and down. Man, I always have fun in vans, man. I don't know listen, I do not have a problem with a van. I probably vans are fun, man. I never had a problem with a van, man.
Yeah.
So, so let's
But it might work. I can lean back.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Yeah, make sure.
So let's talk about your past, man. We talked about the phone a little bit. You know, you want to get deep into that, man. You know, we talk about what you got going on now.
Yeah.
And for the future.
Yeah.
Let's get this. Let's go to that. You know, that dark area we talked about, man.
Man, the dark area.
Yeah, let's go and talk about that, man.
Yeah. So, bro, a lot of people don't know. There's a group. I've been divided as far as I remove myself from certain things to expand myself. So if you want to get, you know, more aware, get promoting or sponsor, all these things, you got to put yourself out there. So fortunately, I've been blessed to move from certain directions, and now I've been more so in the downtown area of Columbia. I used to stay in Charlotte, things of that nature. I've traveled a lot, all that other stuff, but in the process, I was learning myself. So now I'm like more downtown. So more people are meeting me now and know me from, I think, when I was working part-time, I was a bouncer at this bar.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So I met a lot of different interaction. I utilized that. So they see me from this direction, but then there's another group of people, you know, that I grew up, that know me from my past, from, you know, my time in prison. Being out here in the street gangbanging, like not talking about it, but literally living it to the point where it resulted in time. Like, should have died several times, you know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to be stabbed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it feels like when that knife hits you. I know what it's like to be shot at. I know what it's like to see what your family goes through for you doing stuff in school, or you bringing that street stuff and it coming to your house and your house being chomped down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to my mom and my sister not experiencing that, and then, you know, my mom literally could have died when these guys ran up to my mama's house, shot it with a Mossberg pump, ran up to the window, but the only thing that saved her was her reading chair. Like, it was a big ass hole in behind it, right? But then you go to prison, and in prison, like not county jail, I did 18 months in the county. Thought I was gonna come home. They slapped another 5 years and some change, so that was like a total of 6 years, 11 months. You know what I'm saying? You go to the county, you go to prison, and you're cool within your city, but then you got all these different counties like Allendale, Bamberg, Ridgeland, you know, upstate Spartanburg, and they're all integrated in one.
Yeah.
They don't see you as Daniel Chestnut.
Right,
they don't
right.
know me for what
Right.
my friends in the neighborhood know me. You some dude that we gotta see about, or
Yeah.
you this and that. So you got to rebrand yourself or adapt to the environment. And I've watched a lot of people that I've seen on the street seem so gangster, so hard, seen this, and go back there and be a totally different person, shelling themselves, scared. The one thing that I was told from a lot of people is I was the same guy. Bro, you sound like a white dude. I done had a lot of people say, like, you sound like a white dude.
Oh,
There's like, I literally talked to one of my homies who just came home feds. He was like, bro, you still sound like a white boy. I know you whoop motherfuckers' ass. You got them hands. I know you ain't nothing to play, but boy, you still always profit. Man, you always been intellectual. And I used to run from that. I used to hate that.
Why?
I used to really hate that. Why? Because I was like, why does a white person get associated with talking in a certain way? Did your mom not send you to school with the expectation for you to learn and be a better individual?
Yeah, and definitely need to get the fuck out the house.
Right.
That's for shit show. You know what I'm
So don't we have people who died before us, our ancestors that we talk about, who wanted us to be better,
Yeah.
to adapt into society, to integrate, that we wasn't just ignorant, or
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we
yeah.
didn't know how to speak.
Right.
I have a thought on that too.
Yeah.
But going back into that, I had to learn and be okay with who I was, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned that I was adaptable, and that I could be me in all different environments, and eventually gain respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I chilled with some top homies. I chilled with some people. I was in there asking questions with a guy who killed his mama, and I was like, he was like 21 at the time, and I'm like, damn, dog, like, people like, man, don't talk to him. He crazy. He killed his mama. I was kind of like, well, what in the world made you want to kill your
right,
mama? You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I remember talking to him, because I said, damn, it must be lonely. Nobody want to talk to you. Everybody's scared. And I remember just being bold enough, like, bro, like, what's your name, this and that. And because of that, he gravitated, and we talked, and I learned more about it. But the point was, I went through prison. That was a whole nother phase. I learned a lot about myself. I learned how to be okay with myself. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to just be me, regardless of the circumstance. I learned that I wasn't going to be accepted. I learned that some people put an image on me, and if I didn't fit that image, then I wasn't going to be accepted, and I was okay with that. You know what I'm saying? So that was a struggle. And then I learned out of sight, out of mind. It taught me that not everybody your friend. You know what I'm saying? I learned that people who try to be down can't be down, because not that they don't want to, because of life and so many different things, man. But I grew in my relationship in God in that moment. And yeah, there's a jailhouse Christian and whatnot. But I took that to another level, where I was having some of my homies come to church. You know what I'm saying? Like, a part of somebody, like, that's being an influencer. Like, I was getting gang members to come to church simply because I was talking to them. And I was like, try it. And they would tell me, oh, that's a white man's thing. You know, I don't believe in that. And I was just the type of person, like, all right, I don't care about all that. But just test it. Just try it. Let's see what's up. Action kind of guy. And I watched some guys be transformed and changed by that stuff. So that helped develop my understanding of the Word of God, and learning from myself a relationship with God, that some things that my mom or my family or my grandparents taught me wasn't quite what God was saying. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn from my own understanding in that. And then it made me appreciate freedom, bro.
Yeah.
Made me appreciate freedom, bro. Appreciate life. Like, some people say that, nah, bro. Like, I make some decisions that look corny,
Right.
because I know the consequences behind those decisions.
Yeah, man.
And I'd be like, man, I can't afford it. I can't even risk getting
Can't
caught.
even think about it.
Can't even risk it.
Man.
Can't even risk it. And then when you don't have nothing to lose, you're going to crash out and make somebody else. So I learned how to also regulate my emotions. And I'm not all great with it, but it's something about when you locked up and you have a day where you're angry, and if I fight, do anything, it comes with an extensive consequence.
Yeah.
There is no running from it. There is no, I can do this and get away with it. There's no getting away with it. It's a consequences on consequences on consequences.
Yeah.
So you got to make decisions that don't lead to consequences. If you do this decision, get caught with a phone, then you lose your vision. If you don't have family support, you don't care no more.
Right.
For me, I had support. For me, I had a lot of people caring about me. For me, I knew I had a release date. For me, I knew a lot more, and I had a lot, which I appreciated. I've been there with guys who was like, bro, I ain't got nothing to lose. When I go home, I'm going back to do the same thing. And it was defeating to hear somebody say, I'm going to do the same thing that's going to lead me back either here or to death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's sad. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
It really is sad, but all I can do is wish the best for them and hope that, made that sense. So that was that, bro. And so come home and it's an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make up for everything. You know what I'm saying? You want to try to have sex with everybody. You want to try to take on the world. You want to do everything. And you go through that phase, and then it's like you meet certain situations or relationships or jobs, and it's like you don't go to work on time or you can't keep a job. So then when you talk about credit and learning about getting money, they're looking at your profile like, why can't you keep a job? Now, the excuse would be, I needed more money. But to them, it shows you can't sit still. You can't build. We can't trust somebody who can't stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? So now we can't give you these loans. We can't do this.
Right.
Now you're going to them third-party loan company that's going to tax you with that 20-50% APR or the interest rate, and you don't miss a payment on that from $100 that you gave. Now they want $300 from $100. You know what I'm saying? So I started learning that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it got to make sense. I needed to make sense. So I went through all that phase. And so then relationships, being me was good enough for an extent, but then I wasn't in a position to lead. I wasn't in a position to have sense of direction. I wasn't in a position to have an idea or a vision. It was just going with the flow. And as I'm going, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30, 31, 32, you know what I'm saying? You're going with the flow. Eventually that gets old. You know what I'm saying? And you're looking at, damn, how did they get that car? How did they get that house or that podcast? People don't know that Gilly had his podcast for 10 years. They don't even know that. That all you got to do, if you go to those YouTube channels and hit the info button, more button, or about button, it will tell you when they established the YouTube page. And if you look at their YouTube page, a lot of these people have been doing it for 5 to 10 years, and now we're just seeing it. So you want overnight success for people who've already been planting the seed and harvest. What we're saying. So
because I be doing that too. Like when it comes to certain things, I be trying to tell people, like, man, like they say, like somebody that just got on fire, right? And you be like, dang, and you go check, but you go look at their YouTube, like when they started, like they been started like 2010. You know what I'm saying? And people don't get that part. And that give you an understanding where you're at too. When you see somebody that's doing pretty good for now, you be like, dang, they had it since then. Like I said, like Shannon Sharp a little bit different because he was on TV. And, and he got a dope ass personality. So you can't. And him and Ocho and Killer like Jeff T. Like they had that. You know what I'm saying? So they had certain things based off what they came from. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't really started from the bottom. They just got the shorts. People loved it. And they like Jeff T. just hilarious, man. The whole crew is hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Oh my God, bro.
He's like, bro, you're busting my ass.
Yeah. I mean, one time he was talking about, did you see that one? To my D-Wade daughter was playing basketball. I was dying, bro. But yeah, when you got stuff like that, man, like you said, Gilly Ben started his shit, bro. And then, like you said, when his cousin came home and knew all the information, that teamwork, and they both know each other's role. That's what and that's one thing, like I said, my year 2025, if I get to a team aspect, I ain't forcing nobody. I'm going to track it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to track it. You have to come to me. But I'm going to put my work in. I'm going to do my part. You know what I'm saying? For you to want to be invited compared to, hey, man, let's try. All right. And then they be late. They, you know what I'm saying, got excuses or, you know what I'm saying, all that. You know what I'm saying?
They don't see how serious. Nobody can really appreciate your vision if it's not a part of themselves. And if they're not aligned with the vision, then they don't give you the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out Alex the Great. Shout out to Dalton Hersey. You know what I'm saying? He is Hard Color Production. Like, those two people have been two people that we all have been talking. And we all have this vision, and we all play a part within that vision. You know what I'm saying? And we literally will talk twice, 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Whether it's just life, kind of knowing each other's mental, but the direction. Some of the plans we have won't be executed to a year. And then, it's each one of us knowing what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So And behind the work is staying on top of all that. You know what I'm saying? Along with what I'm trying to do by
Right,
myself
self.
and they're trying
Yeah.
to do, right?
Mhm.
It's not, like I said, you know.
That's a Wu-Tang type shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know what I'm
Like,
saying? Like-
everybody a group, but then everybody got their own individual shit. You know what I'm saying? Thing like with us when it come to me, Prime Tech, OG Loyalty, OGP Rose, and Hollow Art, and goddamn and Live Oak Entertainment, man. Like we all like a family together. You know what I'm saying? We like the Power Rangers. When we get that Megazord come together, we big. But you know what I'm saying?
You're the Power Rangers.
You know what I'm saying?
I call it Captain Planet.
Okay,
Your powers combined, Earth, wind,
wind, fire.
Together, we combine
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Captain
So
Planet.
right, so yeah, but we all got our own individual thing, our own podcast, our own flow, our own everything. But when we get together, it's so much fun. We come with ideas, or we inspire each other in a way too. Sometimes we come like, oh, you did that, take a little drip off that, what you did, how you did it. You know what I'm saying? We all show the appreciation of each other. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, that's his name. I was trying to find him. This dude here, him.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Mexican
yeah.
OT.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I saw him
Yeah.
for I forgot what show
That's
I saw
what
him
he
on.
was. I had to remember that. The Mexican OT.
Okay, so what's your top 5 rappers of all time, man?
Top 5 rapper. We switching up into the top 5
Mm-hmm.
rappers of all time. Boy, I just had this. Man. Damn. Top 5 rappers of all time.
Your top 5, man.
Man. Some people don't even know who KRS-One is.
Most of mine do. I'm an aunt now, bro. I'm 36. I'm an aunt.
KRS-One. He's probably number 5.
All right. I can see that with you too.
Um,
Definitely can see that in you.
yeah, I like those deep rappers.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
like lyrics.
Especially Carol. Would you? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I rock with M hard.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrically, I'm still a Wayne fan. Wayne all day. Andre is solid. I don't know. Andre's solid, but people don't give T.I. his due respect, man.
I used to say we had this other
T.I.,
podcast.
man.
We had this other podcast called Flawless Victory, and that's like doing like the verses time.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, because people don't understand when it comes to verses. Understand the rules too, like, cause everybody be thinking like you just press play in the song. No, they performing,
Yeah.
and there's 20 songs.
Yeah.
And I tell people don't think T.I. Lil Wayne go at it when it comes to stage presence. I think T.I. got Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Lil Wayne
talking
don't
shit.
do much.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? Talking shit and all that. I said that's why Jadakiss was killing the Dipset because they don't have that stage presence, and they really just individuals in a group. They're not really a group. He murdered them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's 20 songs. Cause it's only 20 songs. It's not more. We ain't doing 100 songs. We talking about 20 songs, and you gotta be an MC. Like you ain't just. You got all right, go Lil Wayne, you next.
Yeah.
No, they gonna be talking shit to each other. You know what I'm saying? So I said, if it came to 20 songs, I said I'm not saying Lil Wayne wouldn't win, but I won't be surprised if T.I. win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, depending on the circumstance.
Yeah, and like I said, but we came to like that verses at the time, they on stage, they talking shit to each other. Like T.I. got that part.
Cause T.I. got that in his bag. I've seen Wayne like be generalized that he can do this, but I've never seen him attack anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like M.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they was going through it with Murder Inc. and them,
Yeah.
like M or what's his name? MGK.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
shit, I ain't heard nothing from him no more.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? But like, on the low, bro. So outside, so I got KRS-One, T.I., 50. I mean KRS-One, T.I., Wayne,
M.
and damn, 4. Pop Biggie and them all that. I always kind of get that. I'm trying to be a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I like Little Baby. You know what I'm saying? He's
So
different.
Lil Baby.
I got Takeoff on Migos was their lyricist to me. But really 4 that in my mind. But
Got a Mount Rushmore.
yeah, really those 4. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Andre. Like, you never go wrong with him. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But, close and notable. People don't give, it's kind of cartoony
Yeah.
and loony.
Cartoony.
But Ludacris.
Yeah.
If you go back and listen
Man,
to some of Ludacris.
hold on. That was I gotta.
What is it? Word of mouth.
Yeah, no, word of mouth.
and,
Back for the first time. Chicken and beer.
Yeah.
Red Light District, bro. Like
Ludacris.
Right, no, what I was saying, and then we had that's like one of my segments I had. You know, people say, "Would you Start, Bench, and Trade. Mine's called Start, Sit, and Swap.
Okay.
And then it was T.I., Ludacris, and Jeezy, right?
Oh, Jeezy was
So
pretty
so I
good,
said,
too.
but I said, I understand what people might would have put Ludacris last because now he known as an actor now.
Yeah.
But when it came to like bars, and Jeezy and T.I. got nothing when it comes to like bars.
Bars.
When it comes like freestyling and everything.
I would put
Luda got that.
Ludacris in that realm to
Right,
battle rap
right,
one of them
yeah,
and probably
right.
sound like.
But all three of them is tough because
Yeah.
like you gotta think about it. Like when it comes to like Ludacris is one of the to me like one of the like out of 10 people I could think of that have like a good first 3 albums.
Yeah.
Like that, like you
Yeah.
sack for First Time, Word 'Em Out,
Yeah.
and Chicken and Beer,
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, bro. So I'm gonna play that segment one day with you. We call it
We can
Start,
do it.
Sit, and Swap, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I gotta do some more questions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But so
You
mine.
don't ever talk about how I used to cut your ass on the court?
Don't lie now. What we not gonna do is lie.
You play like Westbrook.
Don't lie. What
Yeah,
we
well,
not
you
gonna
can't
do on
shoot.
this podcast and lie. Cut my. That's crazy, right there.
People can't see it. They be
That's
like,
crazy.
I don't look like. I'm like, people like, I don't look like no hooper.
Who said that?
I've
Right.
had just random.
Oh, okay.
Talk. They be like,
Maybe because you talked. Because you
Yeah.
said the way you talk. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like people know I'm hoop because they saw me before they probably saw me. Cause I used to just be in the gym majority of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
A lot of people I seen on your program, like, yeah, they don't see me. They've been at hoop. They know.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people can't even hoop with me because my mouth. I've never came out nobody disrespectful. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I will talk shit like,
Yeah.
man, he with us.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can't shoot, man.
Right.
He play like Westbrook, bro. Man, whatever, dog. You can say whatever you want. Man, I guard anybody. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
man.
Oh, you thought I was just
Shout out to my
talking?
dog Jermaine. We just won the championship at my job,
Oh, yeah.
though. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay,
We just
okay,
won the
shout
championship
out.
at my job. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Orange juice.
I'm trying to see if I had a top 5.
It's real orange juice too. I asked
Yeah.
him before we got
Yeah,
on. So
real
I ain't
orange
drinking no
juice.
liquor
Yeah.
until 3 o'clock.
Hell
I
no.
love orange juice.
Yeah, but my
love it.
top 5 will probably be Jay-Z, Nas, J. Cole, Joyner Lucas, and now it's a whole group called Coast Country.
Okay.
They fucking fire, bro. I gotta let you listen to
I like
my
Jonah
song.
Lucas too. Though.
Yeah, bro. Coast
I knew I
Country.
was somebody. I like Jonah
Co-
Lucas.
Jo-
J. Cole, yeah, all them like.
Yeah, but I like J. Cole. I can really relate. Nas, he love hip hop, like that King Disease and all that Magic. Them last albums, bro, with Hit Boy,
Yeah.
crazy work. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, like I don't know nobody that likes Jay-Z that's a bum.
Yeah.
Just think about it. I don't know nobody that's a bum that like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody that's a bum that likes Jay-Z. Cause he don't have a bum mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know nobody, bro.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Most people I know that like Jay-Z, they got a work ethic, they successful,
Yeah.
but they cool. I don't know too many people. Oh yeah, DMX. Forgot about DMX.
DMX was raw.
Forgot about DMX.
He was deep.
Yeah. He was. Remember people talking about like NBA YoungBoy. No, I didn't disrespect him, no, but like pain music. I said, but if you hear Scarface and DMX, you talking about pain music, my nigga? Listen to them, especially Scarface with that voice.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
I used to like
I
Mobb
never
Deep.
heard a man cry till I seen a man die.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. I watch his shit. Watch his Tiny Desk shit, bro.
I
You
ain't
go,
watched that.
oh my God, bro. His shit's crazy, bro. Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's probably like DMX right there, cause that nigga right there.
I want to ask you, as a podcaster, what podcasters do you follow that maybe people don't even know, like your top?
Oh, my top. Oh,
I mean,
they
it kinda
fell off
reflects who
now,
we
but
are.
mine's. But I like mine because like I said, shout Kobe and shout out Rocky. Like we was before 520.
Yeah.
If you watch our first episodes, my first episodes of my Peter's podcast, we was doing what Jeff T was doing.
Yeah.
We was first, but they got busy. He a rapper.
Yeah.
He do music. He do everything. You know what I'm saying? And shout out, he a teacher too. So shout out to Rocky.
Yeah.
But if it come to now, like, see, I got everything on. I feel like my shit culture, like drink champs. We drank. We
Yeah.
have fun. We do segments. Mike Tyson hot box when it first
Hot
one.
box,
That
yeah.
shit was so deep, bro. Especially with the white guy that used to look like Thorn. When them two used to get together, bro, I'd be like, cause you like it'd be 3 hours of them just like being vulnerable and real and tough,
Yeah.
being men and like you said, having that conversation,
Yeah.
and then like, cause you like and Mike, you just forgot that you didn't waste 3 hours. You just don't realize you don't watch this whole thing
Yeah.
for 3 hours, So
Yeah.
Mike Tyson hot box, drink champs, I would say 520, that show. That's probably it. I watched some other like
Yeah.
I'm more of a I'm more of this like I'm more of like the reactor dude. Like I like to watch the people, their perspective of what they saw too.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I'm more. But when I go on YouTube, I usually go to people reaction of what they saw.
Okay.
That type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the music videos, something like Jordan Lucas or Coach Contra, when they come out like listen, I'm like, oh that shit fire. I want to see what everybody else feel about it.
Yeah.
Or I ain't even thought, but when they that bar or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. But I'm more of a react. We're gonna podcast. Besides Mines, of course, I still watch Mines, as you can tell. Drink Champs, but they kind of like went slow down a little bit. But that Nutty one is fire. Hot Box, because I love the deep conversations they have. And you got to be real around Mike Tyson. He going to call your bullshit.
Yeah, he going to call
That's why I love that
like
shit.
Mike.
You know what I'm saying? That accountability is strong with Mike. You know what I'm saying? If he could.
You see what he did to Black?
Yeah, bro.
He's like, man, you cornered. You fake.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't shit. He's like, come on, Mike, we're going to do this. I don't care. He's like, what you going to do, beat me?
I know Joe Butler is scared. I watch Joe Button too. Joe Button is crazy too. I got a little Joe Button on my show a little bit too. The pettiness part, yeah, I got a little that in it. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little Joe Button. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, so what about you?
Oh man, you know me, it kind of reflects who I am. There's 3 out the gate that I know a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people in the West know.
Oh yeah, hold on, I forgot. I used to watch back in the day. I wish they never did, but Brandon Marshall fucked it all up. I Am Athlete. That shit used to be fire back in the day when they first did it.
Yeah.
With all on with Shannon.
Yeah.
Oh man, that shit was fire. I Am Athlete and I forgot the other one. The dudes on the
Ryan Clark and them.
No, Pivot. Yeah, I like Pivot too.
Oh,
yeah. I think if it wasn't for I Am Athlete, it wouldn't be Pivot.
Okay.
So I got to give it that root.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Almost what it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but I got to give it. You know what I'm saying? So I forgot. It's the 2 dudes that used to play for the Titans. They be on a bus or an RV or something. I forgot the fucking name.
What their name.
Yeah, I forgot the name.
Remember that.
But they had Jelly Roll on the last on. Yeah, so yeah, those like the ones I be watching. I just forgot the name right now. I be busy working so much. I ain't really be catching up. I got to catch up though. What about you?
I like Hardly Initiated. I like them 2 dudes. They've grown fast. They get deep. They're getting more spiritual. They're more about self-conscious awareness, but they're like urban with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They've got some hitters on there. I like Jay Shetty podcast. A lot of people ain't familiar with him. He like a life coach / used to be former monk guru.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of the image that I have with my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's his is called On Purpose podcast.
Got you.
But he has hitters. Like if you look him up right now, he's got like 3.5 million subscribers. He has the hitters like Michelle Obama, Kendall Jenner, Kim, Spider-Man, Zendaya, Tom Hanks. He has some that, so I like that.
Yeah, I like Joe Rogan though. I forgot. I like Joe Rogan.
Oh
too.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
I
Joe
forgot.
Rogan.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot about my dog.
Yeah, so it would be Jay Shetty, Hardly Initiative, School of Greatness, Joe Rogan, and somebody else. I was saying, the Pivot. Yeah.
Okay.
Pivot.
Yeah,
The
Pivot.
Pivot.
Yeah, I love the Pivot. Like I said, if it weren't for I Am Athlete, Pivot would never happen.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's still a great show. It got its own angle and stuff like that. But that I Am Athlete used to go crazy with me, bro.
Yeah.
With him and Brandon Shaw and Ocho used to go into my who the number one, who would you pick? Yeah, all that. And then Frank with the hacks and shit.
Yeah.
And man, then Lou Young, you ain't saw that one when Lou Young did all of them at one time?
No.
When Brandon Marshall went off about the NBA contracts one time.
No.
And he was saying all of them ain't guaranteed. And they were trying to tell him majority of them guaranteed, like 95.
Yeah.
He ain't. And then Lou Young reacted to that shit. That just hilarious.
I ain't seen that one. I gotta go look that up.
Yeah, we can watch that after we do this episode, bro.
Yeah.
So, what's the future, though? What's the future?
Well, the future is right now trying to get, trying to figure out how I play a part as far as building the brand up. I really I've created this talent agency that I'm really trying to figure out how to exploit it better. You know what I'm saying? The hardest part is like the contractual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really trust people's word, and everybody wants to be for their value, but then they
That's
don't want to
fair.
put in the work for their value.
Right.
And I know what I'm capable of, and I've already done it for free. I've already done it now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
knowing the right people, I can connect you to helping you accomplish your goals.
Right.
I need to start getting paid for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so really giving people who have such talents opportunities to put them in a position to make their passions into careers.
Mm-hmm.
The flip side of that is them truly being passionate enough to respect the code of conduct. You know what I'm saying? You'll do it for your company, but you won't do it for me.
Right.
So, you know, it's really trying to build the talent agency up and the other business that fall under the umbrella of IIP, investing in people. So on my Instagram page, I just created Scrapbook Promo, SKRAP book _promo, to market the talent. So it goes hand in hand. So even with things that I've gotten work with, some things in the West that are slowly making some moves, and me having this connection within my job with EDC Vegas and EDC Thailand and some of these artists, is using those connections to give DJs and photographers an opportunity to be in these things that has millions and billions of followers.
Right.
Something that you may have you can do yourself, but helping you to bridge that gap a lot faster. So that's kind of what I've been doing on the scene and allowing all those things to flourish. Personally, you know, just trying to handle all those responsibilities without falling behind or burning out. We've got the Met League. That's something we do for the community here. It's like our
my
version
homeboy
of the
was
Summer
on here.
League. Yeah, it's like our version of the Summer League. We're in year 4. Things are starting to grow. Shout out to Gavin Frazier. Shout out to I Am Royalty and Willie Noble. 3 other people.
Willie, you got to come on the podcast.
Willie Noble, man, my guy Willie, we got that relationship with the players. And I Am Royalty, man, that's my girl from back in the day, man. Like, you know, that's my people's, man. She left, went military, went to Dallas, used some of that military, man, created her own photography brand, media brand. And she came back home and got this vision. And then my boy Gavin, man, he's that visionary. He has the image for the flashiness. Want to be the boss. We bump heads so much behind the phone. God, we bump heads so much, man. Sometimes I've lost my cool. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with growth. That comes when we trying to really do something. Like, we gonna bump heads. But year 4, you know, we getting ready to start that in July. We getting better and better. You know, sponsorships is getting better. You know, we've helped integrate people who may have not ever got to play against NBA players, integrating college players against NBA players with street players
and overseas
with street players too, because there's some street players that be giving them guys a run for their money. So integrating that and creating it for the city, man. Like the Drew League, you know, why can't we do it? We got the talent, man. We producing people like Ja Morant, Zion, you know what I'm saying?
Gigi.
You know what I'm saying? We've got Sedarius
Gortman,
Jay Gortman. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? We've got some
Dylan Jones, you know what I'm saying?
Jones, shout out my boy.
Eric Washington,
you
know what I'm saying?
Ty Corbin.
Talk to him, man.
You know what I'm
Mac, man.
Hitters,
Mac,
dog.
you know what I'm saying?
We got some hitters, dog. And we got some players who may have never made it out there, like my boy EJ, Eric Ease, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's part of that, what's that, the next chapter where they do that YouTube 1v1 thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've got some names that Ron Trapp, you know what I'm saying? That or Torrey Craig, who got a championship with the Bucks and now plays with the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people that people don't know that is from our city.
Yeah, man. Shout my homeboy Q, because they won the championship. Paid won the championship.
Q, God.
Yeah.
They beat us in the championship.
Yeah, my dog, Paid. He showed he wear that ring every time he on the podcast. Like, I know. He wearing that ring.
Ashanti and Marlo are playing with the Globetrotters.
Ashanti
just got a contract back with the G League. Ashanti right there out of Benedict. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had those conversations with these guys.
I might have to pull up a couple to do some interviews.
Man. Y'all got to come check us out in the Met League, man. Go check us out on our Instagram page, The Met League. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram, man. And support, man. Follow, man. We'll support Charlotte, Atlanta, Miami, Dallas,
Houston,
New York, Houston, LA, Vegas, cities that don't give a rat's about us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Working hard to put money in those cities' pockets, but won't do it for our own selves.
It's crazy.
Man, South Carolina could be like a crab in a bucket.
Yeah,
sometimes,
man.
dog.
But it's getting better though. It's getting better
It's getting
though.
better.
It's definitely getting
We're
better. Like,
slow.
as far as like our podcast,
Yeah.
people we know, like my homeboy, like I said, go check out Late Night with Sharif and Carolina Working, y'all,
Yeah.
and In the Trap with Tiffany. So we got people that out here that's working. Shout out to the Carolina Steppers, Hollow Art,
Yeah.
Live Oak Media, man. We got a lot of people out here that's
And
really
we ain't even
putting
shout
work.
out Asia Wilson.
Shout out
We
Agent
stupid for
Wilson.
that.
Yeah, shout out Agent Wilson, man. You got sneakers yet? I want to get them, bro. I want to get them. I ain't
I'm
gonna lie.
getting that conversation. A friend of mine
What happened?
let me slip and didn't.
Man,
I thought you knew already. I
uh,
ain't gonna say his
you
name.
ain't gonna say it? You sure? Gonna say initials?
Yeah.
Just say the initials.
Well, you had him on here.
I
I thought you knew already.
Oh,
Like, bro, I've been busy. You supposed to put me on point.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
her official release date is May 3rd.
Okay.
May 3rd.
Got you.
Where everybody can get it. And she got some white joints coming.
Yeah, the white one's crazy.
That's what I
Them
want.
crispies.
Yeah.
Them crispy right
Yeah,
there.
she got
See, I
some-
got the Miami, jersey.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? That Vice. You know what I'm saying? I got the black one too. You know what I'm saying? You know how I do.
So that's about that's that though, bro. But it's definitely been a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Appreciate it.
It's definitely been good, man. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Like, it's a grind, man. Your setup's dope, man.
Thank you,
Like
bro.
the little man cave, man. Y'all can't see it over there. He got the throwback Mortal Kombat on
Yeah,
the TV
man.
while the game over there. And
Yeah, man.
clips of his podcast,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Like, he really turned a man cave into a business cave. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
man.
You know
Something
this
like
can be a write-off, right?
Yeah.
You make the business
Yeah.
and you can write all this off.
Yeah.
The spacing, okay.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah,
get
we
on.
working, man. We working, bro.
If it covers 30%, which is clearly more than 30%,
Yeah.
it's all taxable.
Yeah, bro.
So,
Just working, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just doing what I got to do, man. Try to represent the city right, man. Try to create a new culture in a way based off it's fresh though. You know, just something different, but still the same at the same damn time.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, anything you got to say before we get off, bro?
Yeah, man. We all want to. It's. I always want to say, man, it's just simply a pleasure, man. At the end of the day, man, what we trying to do as people, man, it's hard. Choose your heart. You know what I'm saying? We living in times where all we want to do is have fun. You know what I'm saying? But the people who had the best fun work the hardest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The people who live the life that we want have worked way harder than we're willing to work. It's all about what are you willing to do. You know what I'm saying? We're willing. You know what's crazy? We're willing to sacrifice our body. Sexually
Mm-hmm.
or alcoholically, but we're not willing to sacrifice our resources to get to what we gonna do.
Right.
It don't make sense. People guard their cars, their house, their money, but don't guard their heart, their mind, or their body.
Right.
You give that up,
Get all that up.
and it don't make sense. So
But some reasons people doing that just give that up to get that car, that money, and all that stuff.
is that a valuable trade?
No, it's not. It's not even close. It's not even close. You know what I'm saying?
People will be offended, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah,
they
they're
could be
gonna get-
offended. I said if you're offended by it, then it triggered you.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah.
I hit something.
Yeah.
If you're offended, then it hits something.
Hit dog hole. They gonna hurt. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though,
If
baby.
it
Like,
triggers you, learn from it.
please do. I be trying to tell people too, man. Just like you said, that accountability and that looking in the mirror will solve a lot of your problems, man. When it comes to trying to figure things out, you know what I'm saying? Move on God's speed.
Yeah.
And keep moving forward. If I tell people keep moving forward, but if you stand still because you don't want to move backwards, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Standing still don't get you nowhere.
right,
People be afraid of going backwards.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Fear is a powerful
It
characteristic.
is.
And hope.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Hope is powerful. It's like a wolf, I heard, is like two wolves in a cage. One is more your dark side. One is your positive side.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which wolf is gonna thrive the most? The wolf that you feed the most.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? The wolf that you feed the most is gonna be the one that thrives. So if that wolf in the dark side consists of resentment, fear, you know what I'm saying, scared, lust, you know, sex, drugs, alcohol, all that, and the other wolf says, man, I want a better life. I deserve love. I deserve to be spoiled. I deserve that. Well, that wolf right there is not going to produce for that wolf.
right,
You know
no,
what I'm saying? So if you keep producing that, you're going to keep
yeah,
getting
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And if you tell yourself no, then we're in the realms of delusion.
Yeah,
Because you're telling yourself something and it's not
Like,
manifesting
right.
in action.
no,
Anything you do should reflect and
Right.
show forth.
Yes.
It don't have to show today,
yeah,
but it should show forth.
yeah.
Even if it's 1 year to 3 years. I've seen
Yes,
people start in 1 year, and in 3 years, things start taking off. And in 5 years, they're enjoying it. So it will show, you know what I'm saying, if you keep doing it. If you
keep going, I think that's why I said another thing, too, especially like when you kind of doing stuff like this. Keep going, y'all, because I promise you, once you get on, or when you get to when God put you where you're supposed to be at, all that stuff that you think nobody wasn't looking at before, they're going to go back and check everything.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I do got to touch on that because where God, my 29, okay. So everybody knows the quote or the scripture in the NIV version or whatever. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you." And with that being said, have you ever thought that the path that you're on may not be the path that God called you to be on?
Yeah, sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's the scary thing when you realize whether you're successful or not, that the path that you're on is not the path that called. So every path that you're on, you can't say is of God. Because if you're not leading with God or acknowledging God to lead you in your life, then you can't rest assured that you're on that path.
Facts.
Just because you're making money don't mean that's the path God called you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of celebrities are getting killed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, just had Sauce Walker get chomped on at.
I thought you were talking about the Yellow Bees.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's a prime example. I'm glad you said
Yellow
that.
Beezy, Yellow Beezy had the podcast. Everybody ain't know what's going on.
Right.
Behind the scenes, he was capital murder. Now they say gun for hire.
Hey, but I'm glad you say that about that path because, like shout out to Kyrie Irving, right? Kyrie Irving, like, tore his ACL, right? He had people pick him up, take him to the free throw line. The first thing he said before he shot the free throws is, "Thank you, God."
Yeah.
He going through his worst right now. He tore his ACL, still thanking God because it's a path.
It's a path.
Of, you know what I'm saying? So you got to thank God during them times too, man.
Yeah.
Of learning and getting back up. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody want to post when God is doing great.
That's what I'm saying, bro. When I saw that, I was like, that shit hit me,
worst.
bro. When I saw that shit, I was like, you said, tore his ACL, he had the free throw line, said, "Thank you, God."
Get me started with God.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So it was crazy, bro.
Then what God you serving? God said, "I'll be called many. There ain't but one God."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got friends who give me hell about that.
They
give me hell, but
they
I'm
give
like,
you
well,
hell. That's
the
a
only
bar.
God that I serve is the path that says through Jesus Christ, because in the word it says, no man comes to the Father unless he goes through Jesus. That's like no man can get to a certain person unless they go through Daniel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's ways of getting around Daniel, but if somebody went through your mom to you, whoever went to your mom to you, that word is gonna have a little more credibility. You know what I'm saying? Because your mom, it's coming from your mom, but they gave it to your mom. You know, so you're gonna listen a little bit different. If it's somebody you don't know, you ain't really gonna listen. So it's like, what God are you serving? You know what I'm saying? Like there's many gods. There was many gods in the Bible. Balaam, Balaam. You know what I'm saying? Baal. You know what I'm saying? Like there were many gods that the people of Israel started serving, and they turned their back on the one true God. They turned their back, and God said, if that's what you want, that's what you want.
Right.
So then you say, where's that going? It's like, you may not be worshiping this idol here,
Right.
but I've said there's a new God in play, and my friends were like, who? And I'm like, it's called your emotions.
Yeah.
It is not that it's a bad thing to have emotions,
right.
but if your emotions are leading you to make decisions that don't work out for your best,
then
that's becoming your God.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're not saying, hold up, I'm stressed, hold up, I'm anxious, hold up, I'm horny, hold up, let me talk to God. You know what it is? I'm horny, long week, I deserve to do this. Then you go back to attracting that weakness that you were talking about, or not keeping that money you want.
Right.
So you got to make sure you know where you're praying and who you're praying to, man, because the devil is a god too.
Yeah.
He's all about fun, pleasure, and lust, and keeping you distracted in that loop.
And he's not gonna come dressed as the devil, y'all.
He doesn't come dressed as the devil.
You know what I mean?
As an angel of light, smiling.
Yeah.
So
appreciate you, bro.
Man, it was a pleasure, bro.
Yeah,
man,
man.
y'all go check him out.
Yeah.
Support it, man. We can't stress this enough. You know what I'm saying? It was a pleasure, man. We don't do this a lot for our people, man, but I appreciate it.
This only part one of, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get on his too. So you know what I'm saying?
He coming.
You know what I'm saying, bro? But I appreciate you again, man.
He on a journey.
Yeah.
Just let him know that I cut your ass on that court.
See, he capping.
Just let him know, man.
You want me Skrap, give me that hat right there. Give me that hat. They know what this means. That motherfucker capping. Hey, y'all know my saying. We don't pay no bills. We get refills, man. We out.
We out.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ready, ready or not, here I come. Ready, ready or not,
Here I come, motherfucker.
You sure he gonna show you?
I just want to make sure.
Super photo.
Here I am, nigga. Who the fuck gonna take some? Bitch, nigga.
You get what I'm
Put you in the
saying?
grave, I'm a ditch digger. Here's the kicker, I'ma kick niggas right in the face if they
love y'all,
talk shit
boys.
or disrespect
Yes,
this
sir.
nigga. I dare niggas like a buck though. This how you gotta move on a hunt though. Put that tape on the camera at your front door. Running your house, though. You think I got a gun for? You about to find out. I don't give a fuck if that's your hideout. And I don't give a fuck if that's your mom house, nigga. Duct tape your auntie what my guys bout, nigga. Jack of all trade, man, I got one trick. Hold like money, but I got gun tricks. When you eat with your bitch, who you lunch with? Leave us sitting next to each other, we really stone shit. We don't care what you done did. When you show to be the same color as one is, put some hoes in your boots, and you can't get a credit, I don't feel shit, fuck, nigga. Who the fuck want war, nigga? Huh? Who the fuck want war, nigga? I'm outside with the gun, not the sword, nigga. Huh? Who the fuck want war, nigga? Who the fuck want war, nigga? Huh? Who the fuck want war, nigga?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Gun, not the sword, nigga. Who the fuck want?
Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Pump is up like Reebok. We don't give a fuck who he shot. Slow the fuck down, you can catch a speed knot. Or they gon' reminisce over you like Pete Rock. Your bitch thinking you're fresh, she beatbox. See what I did there? Let's get clear. Like Visine, the bullshit you niggas is selling no buy dreams. Really, I'm bout cream. Pull up, slow to the spot, no high beams. That's what your ass get for fucking with fine teens. Laughing with them bitches and making online memes. Really, they just here for the jokes, no vibing. Ready or not, just like a Fuji. This'll be your favorite song like Tootsie. I set it off like Boosie. Bitch, I set it off like the movie. I'm a mechanic with the toolie. Hammers, gangbangers, bandanas. Baby, no bullshit, no pamper. Wash your ass up like cleaners with no hamper. Who the fuck want war, nigga? Huh? Who the fuck want war, nigga? I'm outside with the gun, not the sword, nigga. Huh? Who the fuck want war, nigga? Yeah. Who the fuck want war, nigga? Huh? Who the fuck want war, nigga? I'm outside with the gun, not the sword, nigga.
Started with a bald head and ended with braids.
Nigga stupid as fuck.
When that fire starts to burn.